Week 5. How to get honest feedback from men so you can understand yourself more. How many of you are friends with any of your exes? So all the remainder of you hate them? Or you don't know? So forced.
To the children.
Okay.
Otherwise, no.
Alright, how many of you that you could just have a proper conversation with them and you could say, do you know something, I want to ask you this, and they'll give you an honest answer, and you got that? Yeah? Right then, not many. Right. I want you to find 3 men week 5 that you know very well and ask them what they like and dislike about you. Whether it's an ex, whether it's a work colleague, whether it's a brother, but they need to be honest. Just say to them, be honest, I won't take it personally. You mustn't take it personally, okay? So if he says, be careful what I say here myself. Deep breath. If he says to you, you are very controlling. If I was to date you, you would be a control freak for me. Some of you in there know who you are. Maybe you fall into that category. Then take that on board as positive feedback. Friends, family, or exes if you can. Exes are great if you're on a level with him to say, look, do you know something? When we was together, what did you really love about me? Focus about the positives first, and then okay, what did you really dislike about me as well? Ask them 100% to be honest and elaborate. Now be prepared that you may get upset. But don't take it personally. You write down, do not, your name, will not take this feedback personally, but learn from it and take it on. Because that is usually a trait of you that you're carrying to your previous relationships and your next ones coming up. So if you identify, for example, with myself, I used to, like I said before, I used to carry on arguments and get upset for days. Let's drag it on and drag it on and drag it on. And now I've shortened that to weeks. I've now shortened that a lot to the point where I'm asking myself the right questions. What is this about? What's this linked with? How else can I look at this situation? And yeah, I do get upset, but it wasn't as long as it used to be before. Which does help. And you ask yourself, I want you to ask yourself, based on their answers, are they really right? Because remember, when we used to do, you're going to get these men that are going to come here in the afternoon, and what they're going to say, you may disagree with them, but you can't make them wrong. That makes sense. This is their opinion, based on that. Any questions?
What happens if you don't have doing that? And don't say work colleagues.
Well, you only can go with what you have. It couldn't be me, Anna, because I don't know you. It couldn't be me, because I don't know you. So if you only got one, then you only can run with one. Yeah? Just run with what you've got. I use 3 because if you get 2, then it's better than 1. But if you've got 1, then just use that. But it's basically getting you to learn how you are perceived by men on the outside. Because how many of you really asked a man that question? What do you say? Say no?
I ask them because I know I'm very bold and in your face, so I like to see what they say about me, and they say I'm intimidating.
You're intimidating?
Mm-hmm.
For example?
Probably the way I stare when they're speaking.
That your stare is perceived as what? Intimidating?
I look them right in the eye.
Like you're looking at me now? I can see. Okay. Alright, thank you. Anyone else?
They say I have a poker face. They say I have a poker face that I not very easy to read.
Oh, okay.
That's what I interpret them saying, but they're really saying. That's what they're saying.
Mm.
I get
That's
scary.
stubborn.
You get scary.
Yeah, I get too smart.
Scary, too smart.
Too scared. Too smart.
You're too smart for them.
Scary.
Who? Somebody.
Too smart.
No, it's not too smart. It's fine.
Okay.
Too quick a brain. It's just,
Scary.
apparently it's just
Too-
before they finish talking, I finish their sentence and move on to the next thing. Like, okay, done the conversation.
So he can't talk. Yeah. When you feel that you need to say that, just like count to 5. Just count to 5, and then let him speak. And that way, it will deal with that. Anybody else? Stubborn. Yeah, actually, I was told that as well. Still got stubborn ways, but it's not as bad as he used to before. For example,
Won't change my mind about a topic or to make a decision.
you're just set in your ways.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, you won't change. But
That's
you
it. No
open
matter
your
what.
mind.
Even though,
But I'm right.
but even though you deep down. But do you do that honestly? It's Michelle, isn't it? Do you honestly do that when you know? Do you sometimes go so far that you know you're wrong, but you can't come back because you want to be strong and wrong, so you keep going?
No, it's because I don't want to compromise, because there's something he's asking and I don't want to compromise on that. Because he doesn't want to compromise. If I say, oh, all right, then so we'll have it my way then. It's like, no, can't we have it in the middle? So then I just say, no.
Interesting. How many of you can relate to that? Yes? Okay. Name one thing that men and women do that are different when a stressful situation arises. So there's a stressful situation arises, me and you in a relationship, and there's a situation where there's a stressful situation. I mean, I gave you a bit of a clue in the beginning. How would you deal with it, and how would I deal with it?
A woman might cry, a man wouldn't. If there was
Cry?
something-
Yep. Might cry out of what? Frustration?
Yeah.
Why are you frustrated? Because you
Yeah.
can't get. Why would you cry?
Maybe it's, I don't know, it could be a death of family, it could be something that you're just not happy about.
Or you could be a build-up of the frustration.
Yeah, or frustration, yeah.
I think we get maybe hell-bent on emotion, and I know I spoke to someone and he looked at just the facts and was able to make it so much clearer, and we get like clouded by emotion.
How many of you are really emotional and get really emotional? How many of you get really emotional that you feel as though you can't even control it, but you just, and you know he's going to be upset, and you know how you're going to react to him, he's going to go crazy, but you just feel as though you can't control it. He's told you, when I'm stressed, don't call me, you're looking for a reason to communicate to him just to make sure everything's all right. Text him or contact one of his mates, which is what you want him to do as well, etc. When we need that space to do that as well. This is the book. Write this down, I need you to get, which will tell you what could he be thinking. How many of you have read Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus? How many of you still have it at home? How many of you read it in the last 6 months? No hands go up. Please read it. If you go to YouTube, those of you that don't have it, if you go to YouTube and type in Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, the audio version of that is there for free. John Gray's reading it out. Okay? So you can listen to that. All what I'm saying and more is all in there. Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Just go to YouTube if you don't want to write the book. Get it on, convert it to an MP3, listen to it on your phone when you're driving or in the bath or whatever, and then you're learning more about men.
Which one is better out of the two books?
They're both as good, but they're slightly different ways, different explanations. Does that make sense? You have to create a big cave in the garden for it to go into. Okay. I'm going to do it for time, okay? 1 more minute. Right. So far, we've covered 5 weeks. How many of you in here are comfortable each week to do those tasks on a serious note? How many of you are uncomfortable? Which one are you uncomfortable with? Donna?
I haven't got 3 male friends. I don't know what I'm going to do that one.
One?
Yeah, but
But what?
He's my friend, so it's really doesn't count.
Okay.
Because
Ask him, just ask him this. What's his name?
Paul.
Paul. Say Paul. Just want to be honest with me. If you was to date me, what do you think that you'd love about me if you was dating me? And what you dislike? Just ask him that. That's it. Yeah? And then take from that what you want. Don't worry about the other two, just focus on that. And don't give it any meaning apart from it's about you and what you need to learn. So he may say to you, he may surprise you. He may say to you, well done, you know, you're lovely, but I couldn't go out with you because I just don't feel like I can communicate to you in an emotional level because you seem quite cold. I'm not saying you are, but I'm just saying, now, if someone tells you that, you need to take that on board and don't take it personal. Now, you may want him to elaborate on that, but if he's a good friend, he'll be honest with you. Does that make sense? So you need to choose the right guy, not a guy that wants to sleep with you, tell you what you want to hear, and all of a sudden, because you're going to be opening yourself up in a way. So it must be a guy that you can connect with. If you're having difficulty with that, okay, order a couple more books about understanding about men then. Does that make sense? Yeah? All on Amazon. Then I want to ask you, where these positive and negative traits come from? If I was to interview your last 3 ex-partners, if you had just 2, then fair enough. What would they say positive and negatively about you? So stand up. Right, was that interesting?
Yeah.
What was interesting about finding out what you think your exes would say positively and negatively about you? Anybody want to share? Pay attention, are we? What did you learn from that? What did you learn from reflecting about what you thought your ex would say negatively and positively?
You have to be honest with yourself.
You have to be honest with yourself. Yeah.
Say, yeah, I do have that weakness or that too much of strength or...
Anybody want to share what he would have said? Positively. That'd be easier. Bossy.
Yeah.
Is that positive or negative? Bossy, anyone else?
Are we looking at negative?
Someone's mumbling.
Are we looking at negative or positive?
Whatever.
Positive, they can be themselves.
Negative.
Negative, I can be stubborn.
Stubborn. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone else? So, as far as I'm concerned, all your exes were happy with you. And you're perfect women. The men are just waiting out there just to step up. In our own time, it's different to your time is like the next 3-4 days. His time is 2-3 weeks, whenever. So it's not as a priority for you. So that's where you two need to communicate and just say, and then you should explain to him, listen, when I want something done, let's see if we can meet halfway because it's important to me. And then that way you communicate. We don't really let them know how we feel about that, do we? We can't read your mind, by the way. It's another thing that women expect us to do. We can't read your mind, it's possible.
So you have to say, I want the light bulb changed in the next
You need
10
to
minutes.
break it down to us what you want. Isn't that right, Jen? Say to us, I need you to pick me up at 8 o'clock on Friday, and I don't want you to be late because I'm taking 2 hours to get myself ready. I just want to come out and go. I hate sitting in my house in my heels, and I want to be using these heels to walk with instead of walking in my kitchen with.
And also to answer Sabina's question about the light bulb, you can ask it nicely in a feminine way.
Yes.
Oh darling, I really need to wash my hair. So it's really a matter of how, like if you say, oh, I need this in 10 minutes, that's pressure.
Pressure. Because we're being
And
told
you
what
may
to
be
do.
reluctant, but if you say it nicely, in a loving way, then
Or we have
use
texted.
your assets.
Or just text him and say, honey, I really appreciate if you could change the light. I tell you how to get him to do what you want him to do. Let him know that after he's done that, it will enables you to do X with him after. So, for example, when the light bulb changes, this works. If the light bulb, if you want him to do,
If he changes the light bulb and I look nice for him afterwards
my hair, do my makeup. Go.
It's gold, right? Usually sex-related works every single time. Every single time. If you say to him, I'll give you an example. If you say to him, oh, my light bulb, can you just change the light bulb? I mean, using the light bulb is a situation, but let's say, for example, you needed a cupboard moved in another room or something needed doing, and you said to him, oh, the reason why I want that moved is that then I could move the bed over there, and once you've done that, I've got a surprise for you. His focus is going to be on the surprise. He will do it as quick as he wants. Is anything else you want me to do? It's like a laughing dog. But if you want him to do something, find out what he likes, whether it's his favourite meal or whether he likes you to dress up or whatever it is. Then if he knows when he does that, he's going to get this. I guarantee you he will do that every single time for you.
So why is it? Is this, I get this asking for help, and I have a problem with asking for help. Okay, I get that you guys need to feel needed. So where is the fine line from asking them to do something to coming off as nagging? From your point of view.
It's the way you ask. As Nova hit it right, there's a way of asking. There's a way of fluffy asking. And I understand in your remit, I know that you might be a little bit challenged to do that, but just try it. It's the way that you ask us. Because you're gonna do, remember, our mums used to nag us growing up. How many of you mums nagged you when you was growing up? All of us have got mums nagging you up. So when you start nagging us like your mum, we're just gonna go into, oh God, she's nagging. But if we know, actually, honey, it's the way you ask. Oh, honey, can you do this for me, please? Can you do that for me, please? And then after that, and then I'm going to cook you your favourite meal or whatever he likes to do. Linked in with that, it's not as demanding. Try it. The same way, yeah.
Yeah, do it now.
Suppose you meant to cook for him and he said to you, "Oh, where's my dinner?" Think about it. That's the same way you say to him, "When are you going to change the light bulb?" But you see, it's the same way. We internalise that as the same way. Baby says to you, "Oh, I'll kiss you," but "Oh, hi, honey, and what's for dinner tonight?" Is that a different question?
Yeah.
As opposed to, "Where's my dinner? Look at the time. What's going on? What have you been doing? You're talking on the phone," and then it all stacks up. And then you say, "Well, why don't you sort the light bulb?" And he gets into who can relate to those types of conversations, and it goes all out of control. Big argument over nothing. The light bulb. Shower in the dark. Take him in the shower with you in the dark. And it may be dangerous doing that. So I want you to list each of the top three and ask yourself, is there a pattern? All right? What he's told you, if you're stubborn, that's a sign that you need to take on board. And is there a pattern? Is there really a pattern? And where has this come from? Is it linked with your past? Is it linked with your dad? Is it linked with your upbringing? Is it linked with a really painful relationship? Okay?
No, I haven't finished.
I'm gonna
send
you
okay.
all this information, so don't worry. Okay? Has it all been good so far?
Yeah.
Yeah? Still ain't gotten to the how you're going to find him yet, have we? But on a serious note, do you understand why you need to know all this before you go out there into the dating field? Because I could just sit here and just give you all the tips to how you can get lots of dates, but without you applying and knowing all of this, you're going to have problems. And by the looks of things, some of you didn't even know on most of this stuff what I'm saying here as well. And you are now ahead of your competitors out there. So apply this. When you go out with your girlfriends, don't tell them what you know. Why are you going to the bathroom alone the last 6 times? Oh, I've got the runs. Don't just make up some stuff. Because you're going to say that you like that particular guy, and if she likes him, you've got competition there. And she's single as well. And if she's more forthgoing and going to go up and approach him than you are, then if you both look as nice, he's going to go with your friend. Okay? Are you aware of these, and what can you do to improve this situation? So you must be aware, if your exes are telling you this, Or if you think that's what they're telling you, you need to be honest with yourself in that area as well. If you're going to make him wrong and say, no, he was an idiot, you're not going to take it on board, you're going to carry that to the next one as well.